Hey, welcome to part 2 of this series where we make an RPG. It's getting to be fall. It's getting to be spooky season. I wanted to make some like catacombs or something a little creepy. It's always like doing that this time of year. It's fun. Brings back memories of when I worked on an MMO and we did stuff like that, every September, October. So I've been having fun with this the last month since I did the last video. I'm gonna break this one up into two parts. First, I want to show you, some of the new features. We'll go over the new maps I added. I added 3 new maps. I want to go into a little bit of detail on what I'm doing with those. And the reason I want to show you this now, originally I was going to wait a little longer and show you some a little more detail to this thing that I'm making. But it's a really good point for me to stop because I found something that I didn't like and I kind of want to show you how I'm going to improve it. So I may break this up into two. I'm pretty probably going to break this up into 2 videos. All right. So without further ado, let's take a look at the maps and the features and everything starting now. Okay. So the first thing we added, and I had this idea from the previous video when I was watching it. I noticed in the beginning I was talking a lot. I was explaining all this stuff. I had my character there, but he wasn't doing anything. It looked really boring. Okay? So I just simply added this real quick idle animation. These will get more interesting later. This is just, for now, idle animation, right? I just put a little bit of animation into it. Next thing I want to talk about. We went ahead, we updated from Godot. I think our last time we did the video was 4.1. We went to 4.3. When we did that, we introduced a little bit of a wonky movement bug, which I'll show you in a second. So first, I connected a new area to this area here, and I'll put an area in between, because I plan to split a big forest area in between. But like I said, I wanted to make something spooky. I had something in mind, and that's pretty much all I had in mind, right? It wasn't that much planning involved. Just wanted to have a little fun. So I was like, okay, so that area will go here to this mountainside ruins. All right, I'm still playing around with all these names. And then the mountainside ruins will go 2 places. Please ignore all my z-indexing and collision. None of that is there. Hopefully we can fix that in the next video. This goes to the Catacombs. And there are 2 maps in there. You see I'm just running through where the collision should be. And then over here, this is a little cave. You can see there's a cool lighting thing happening. I did spend a nice amount of time on that, and there's some cool stuff that I'm going to show you about it. But first, let's take a look at that wonky movement that I was just talking about. Let's see if I can turn this controller specific. So, okay. So if you watch the character here, see that? Did you just see that? Sometimes he'll do a little weird thing. And that looks to be something with the animation tree where it is going to the idle. See, just did it again really quickly. It's going to the idle animation, which is the only area I have with those gray frames. And I have a couple areas with blank frames, so sometimes he turns blank. I'll have to... Oh, did it again. I'll have to figure out what that is. Okay, putting the controller back down. Keyboard, okay. Keyboard, no problem. Now, keyboard only does run, so I think that's kind of where the problem is. So when I'm switching between idle, run, and walk, sometimes it turns idle on too early. So, and that, like I said, that happened when we went from 4.1 to 4.3, but I'm sure it's my fault. So we'll fix that eventually. I don't know when. Let's go on to the next thing. I want to show you a little bit about the lighting and the darkness and of all these environments. Okay. Let me put this little debug thing I have on top just to show you something. So this tells me sort of what lighting mode I'm in. And it tells me the track that's playing. If you remember in the last video, we had a cross-fading sound thing, which wasn't fully working yet, but it was mostly working. I did finish it for this. I don't know if I have the exact balance exactly right. You know, I've never made one of these before, so I don't know if it's like I have it going down too quickly or too slowly. Or I don't think it's exactly right yet. You'll hear that in a second. For now, check out those footsteps. Pretty cool, right? It's actually when it's two sounds, right? Walking. I don't know if you can hear that. And running. Running's a little louder and like a deeper sound. So I'm gonna go into the next area, the outside of the the mountainside ruins. And when we go there, a thing's gonna pop up for that we entered a new area. How I did that was for all of the maps, I put in like a new variable that says the area name. If the area name is different than the one that you just came from, then it triggers the thing, which I think that's how I like it. I think I use a variable, but if you're using Godot, you might also be able to use metadata. I haven't tried that, but I think that's what it's for. Tell me if you know. And tell me if you have any experience with like the crossfading of the two music tracks. See what the right balance is. It probably depends on the game and everything, right? So we're going over here. Okay. See the mountainside ruins popped up. By the way, I hate that sound. I was just trying to find something. I think I might like break out my guitar and make like a or something like that. Maybe that's a good one for now. Until I figure out what the actual right sound is. So, walk, clip through this tree, run. See the track. Oh, the track changed here. All right. It's completely dark in here, right? Let's make the screen big. Okay. So it's really dark in here. But if I press a button, which is this button right now, which would be square or X on the Xbox controller. That, that lighting that I just added walks with me. You can see some little red, you can see the little red and blue pixels sometimes. That is registration marks that I just missed clearing out. I'll get that soon. We'll clean that up. Alright. So, I'm going to make it so he, like, comments on some stuff. Like, oh, I can't go over there. It looks collapsed or whatever, right? But for now, I should be able to light this. And now the light is transferred to this room. And you see it has a range on it. This thing, while it doesn't have Z indexing either, it does have 2D sound attached to it. So I don't know if you can hear it, but as I get further, the little crackling sound, it decreases. So I get closer, it comes up. Okay. Same with the lighting, and I made a variable to like magnify the lighting nodes. This is 3 different lighting nodes. Point light, I think they're all point light. One of them is a mix to make it a little reddish. And I think one of them is just like a add, and then one of them is a subtract. And I think that's working pretty well. Now, let's leave this cave. So, something else I did. This light now stays on. I added an events autoload script, or the track change. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. But, so that's something to fix. I think I have to fix that. What was I talking about? So there's an event script that I'm using, and it's just variables. to track when certain things happen, like this thing gets lit, so it stays lit. I'm going to have this open a door in the next room we're going to go in. So why don't we leave this place? Uh-huh. You know what that track thing was? When it finished, it didn't loop, and it bounced to the next track, right? Which was the previous track was loaded in there. So I'll figure out how to fix that. I did make a change where I tried to make it looping, but I guess I didn't test it. So that's the thing. Let's go into the actual catacombs. Alright. We're headed there now. We're headed there now. Alright. Dun dun. It's dark. Now, for a second, listen. When you enter the catacombs, I set it so your footsteps echo. So, because it's big, it's cavernous, right? How did I do it? Well, I did it just by using a different, what the hell's it called? Thing here. An audio bus. So, I put one for the echo. I tried to use the same one, but it didn't work. And that's probably on me. I probably just was doing it wrong. So, coming back. Let's make it big. Alright. So, here we are. We're in the catacombs. Now, this here, this circle, and I'm going to, here, I'll light it up so you can see it. Alright. So, this circle, right now, it's going to warp to a bigger room. That room, I'm going to turn this to like a circular stone lift. Oh, just kind of warp me in here, right? So, let's take a look. I'm just going to come in, like, pretend this is the entrance. I would come in this way. Right? This will sort of be a map of the room we were just in, okay? But I need to finalize it more. These big old doors will not open until we solve a puzzle in the catacombs. This is just a thing. This is a statue. I'll make it look real cool. Right now it's pretty simple. So these will light up. I'm gonna put like let's see where my guy's standing. I'll probably put like a torch here. And they'll light up corresponding with something in the other room. For now, let's leave this, and we're here in the actual catacombs. Now, I mentioned a problem that I found earlier in this video. And that problem has to do with how huge this is. Now, I was trying to make it really big. And it ended up a little bigger than I thought. Oops. But it's easy to get lost in right now. That's okay. I know how to solve it. I'm calling these bone braziers. Just different skulls, guys. And they'll light up the little area here. So, I used the same lighting as the torch. And the same lighting as the other, the other one from the cave previously. But this one, I gave it a bigger reach because it's a giant room. And my plan, well, I'll show you my plan in a few minutes. Let me just walk you through how large this is, because I made it, and I am getting lost. Partially because I can't see where the hell I'm going. I could turn the torch on, but I can't run with the torch on. So there are 6 bone braziers in here. And each time I light one, the light of the overall light of the room does change. gets brighter. However, this right now is interfering with that. So the torch mode is screwing up the other lighting. But if you look, like the darkness around the character, right? That decreased. And the overall brightness of the room increased. And that goes each time I light one of these things. Let's see if I can find another one. Probably won't go to... I don't think it's this way. Dun, 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 dun. I'm really happy with those footsteps. That is accomplished by using the animation player, and when the foot falls, I call another function, and that function just plays the sound. And in a footstep manager type thing, and the footstep manager knows if I'm in an echo mode or not, so it sends it to the other bus, right? So okay, I got 3 of these lit. Can't see here, but I do have that on my debugger. I have 3. So I'm probably gonna get lost now. These will be giant stairs that go down to another area that is separate. They're too giant right now. There will be ways to zoom out the camera to get a better look at where you're going and all this. But for now, no. Let's see. I think we're backtracking. Yeah, definitely. So, we're going to add monsters in here. And a bunch of other things that will keep it more interesting. And probably we're going to break it up with some other rooms. If I can find it. But right now, I'm just going in circles. So I'm going to try for like 1 more second to find something. A few more seconds. Oh, you can hear you could hear the 2D sound kick into effect there, right? Because I got closer to this one, so you can kind of see the light and hear the sound from further away. Let's come up here. No, I think it's this way. No. Well, listen. Let's just take a look at what this looks like in the editor. And I can show you where the other ones are. Alright. So, Ember Tree, pull it up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This here, if you can see my cursor, this will go to another map. And this here, this will go to another map. This will probably go to another map later, but not now. I'm going to next, well, just take a quick look at this too. And we'll take a quick look at this, just so you see what those look like right now. Why don't we take a look at these in Photoshop? I kind of have something a little bit mapped out for the Catacombs that I want to show you. That should shed a little light on what I'm planning to do. Let's take a look. So just real quick, I wanted to show you, if I have a clear idea for a level, I do like to sketch it out. Sometimes you don't have a clear idea in your mind, and you just kind of, just go with it. In this case, for this map, which is that'll be like, this will go somewhere when you do something in the larger catacomb over here, and this should be kind of reflect a map of this, right? And I decided to make it shaped like a tree because I thought it was pretty cool. You don't have to, perfectly adhere to it. You can see, it's not going to be exactly the same as the map. But sometimes it helps to just get an idea out real quick. So then when you go to actually draw it, you can consult this. And you can, focus on maybe other thoughts that pop into your head, something at the time when you're drawing it. So take a look at my Photoshop screen over here. This is what I drew the map in originally. you can see I have these markings turned on, right? I will tell you what these are now. So T, treasure, which is another thing I gotta make. Maybe we'll do that in one of the next things we'll do, right? The yellow is showing me that I'm going through another map to come out into, the same map. The one up here in the top right, that will be a little different. That'll go to a different area. I have no clue what that is yet. Just looked like a good place to put something. The B, those were the torch placements, right? And then if I turn this on here, so this is my idea. You see all these lighted numbers correspond. So 11111 will be the first torch. It should light up this whole section here. A little bit of 1, but then 5 light up this whole section. 4, this whole section, and they're not going to be exactly how I place them, but just to give myself a rough idea. 2, something like this. 3, something like this. So this way, instead of getting lost, I can just sort of go where it's dark. And if I can go where it's dark, then I'll know the 6 things I need to light, which will unlock the thing in the other room, like I was talking about. Yeah, I think that's all there is to it. So I'm going to endeavor to make this map much more interesting. Let's see if we can put treasure, monsters, maybe a little passageways like through the map into other maps. And I will be back to you with what that looks like. I think it's going to look really cool. For now, why don't we just take a look at the game, the full sound, not my face in the corner, so you can see what it looks like right now. All right, let's go.